Hello and welcome back to Beyond Maintenance series. Today we are going to discuss about the episode 3, which is on technical services. Today's episode is something about every facility manager, every resident, or every customer in a commercial site has faced at some point, and probably we might be looking at those things still. So we are going to discuss about things that are frustrating technical compliance, right? Many a times we would have serviced our DGs, our air conditioning, and then we would have fixed a lot of issues on lighting and then transformers and other assets. But the ones we think are already fixed or resolved is just keep coming back. So what is going on in everyone's mind? Why isn't this getting fixed properly? So let's talk about what's going wrong and what we can do differently. And this is what you're going to learn in detail if you're going to, look at a certified facility management associate course. But on the beyond maintenance episode, it is going to be very briefly covered about it. So when we talk about why technical compliance don't stay resolved, I mean, it is like, you go to a doctor, then, you get some medicines prescribed, and then you had it for 2, 3 days or a week, and then after that, it comes back. So let's take a pause and then really look at this problem. As an example, a DG gets serviced, and then again, like, you're seeing certain kinds of tripping issues that is coming, from the DGs when there is no backup power supplies, and then their residents or the customers coming back and saying same issues again, same issues again. I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing, and then they tend to lose the trust, and as a facility manager, you feel stuck. So there are certain things that we wanted to look at here. So you need to ask yourself: is it a fault in the system, really, or is it a fault in our approach? So I'm just going to repeat it again. Is it a fault in the system or is it a fault in our approach? Imagine that you service your two-wheeler or your car, and then this keeps coming back, and then what you will do when you are going to be in a place of a customer. What happens is in FM is that we really jump into the action, but maybe like we are not solving the right part of the problem. We are trying to find always a temporary solution problem, which is really good. Yes, we can understand that you have to restore the power and then you have to satisfy the residents on a temporary basis. There might be urgent meetings. We all understand all of those stuffs. But once after those issues have been done, when you have your power, you have to go back and look into how you're going to identify the right problem. If you're not going to identify the right problem, you're not going to solve it. And you'll always end up doing certain actions, but that's not going to help in any way. This is what we are going to see, how we will be able to do it in this module in very, very detailed way. So I just wanted to share again a case study. I would say a realistic situation, a real story from a large apartment site. It happened in Chennai, which is about a 400 unit. Uh, the DG system there failed not once but 3 times in just 2 months after your AMC service is being done, from an authorized vendor. So what happened? First, filters were clogged, then dirty fuel caused engine misfires, later the backup battery failed. I don't know how many of you look at the battery's age, the battery's health, and how do you test it. These are all certain things that we wanted to really look into. But now here is the thing. We all know that the MC technician did the visit and then he did not diagnose the root cause. He said that your DG is perfect, and he said like everything is fine. And we had our FM and everything. He's been looked into it, and then he signed and said that good job. the AMC service as per the schedule, the frequency is put down. This is where we go wrong. We just seen certain things visible from outside, but what is the invisible cause that we ignored? We did not really looked into it. What exactly the AMC technician, whom we can call them as a subject matter expert, has not looked into it. Most of the AMCs are eyewash. So we need to develop ourselves the skill set to understand what exactly they are doing, even if not the in depth of the skill set that we need to develop. But we wanted to be having the knowledge to ask them the top specific questions, and we wanted to get the answers what we want from them exactly in terms of our report, in terms of the parameters that we are looking at, to ensure that the particular service has happened well. And when we put that into the record, we will definitely see the improvements where the TGs are not going to fail each and every time. So the root cause is what we need to narrow down, but most of us, even with the best intentions, and you know end up fixing the smaller things. We just fix what we see. We see the checklists are failed very good, and then we just start from the outside and see, like, as a subject matter expert, whether the DG is running. But it is not like that. If the lights are flickering, what we do is generally, like, we go back and change the tubes lights. And then when the AC is cooling is going to be lesser, we go back and fill the gas, or else we come to a conclusion saying that the gas may be low immediately. When the DG trips, electrician goes and restarts it. But the question is, we never ask this. Why is it happening in the first place? The vendor has given a checklist, everything is filled. They are saying that everything is fine, but are they really checking the performance? Are just ticking the boxes? Did we, as a technical manager or an FM who is managing the particular site, did we ever ask? And slowly multiple things pops up, and then we lose the power to prevent future breakdowns, which going to be a major one. So always look at the opportunities that is there. Why is it happening in the first place is something else, an answer that need to be identified if you really wanted to fix the problem. If you're not going to fix the problem, every day we are going to die there. And that's not the situation where we wanted to get into it. So again, lot of people think about, like, AMC is there, everything will be taken care by the vendor. Let's be clear, AMC is important, but AMC alone isn't enough. If you really wanted to build strong system, you need to think like an engineer. We need to look for the patterns, use your insights, ask multiple questions with the vendor to understand what exactly is happening. Try to narrow it down. Try to look at the data, facts that is showing that there is a problem. A critical example would be, like, how a doctor asks questions when somebody, like, every one of us goes to a doctor for a visit saying that I'm not keeping well. He asks us few questions, and then if he's not convinced, doctor might have figured out what is the problem, but still he doesn't treat us. He diverts us to perform certain tests, and he waits for the test results to confirm that what exactly is causing the problem of us. And then he goes back and prescribe the medications for us to get well. So again, if you look into it in the way of managing the assets, which is the heart of any residential complex or a commercial site, if there is no assets, there is no people living. It is a kind of very important. It's a heart of every single facility. So You as a person, as a facility manager, as a leader, has to look into it, and you need to think. Don't just close your eyes saying that the AMC is there, the AMC vendor, has done, recently the service. And then if you're going to continue to say that, you might, you might fail next, because what is seen by you today is not something else that is needed here. You should move beyond basic compliant handling. You have to work along with the AMC vendor to understand the basics of assets, and you have to be there to identify the problem. If you are identifying the problem perfectly, your job is done 90%. You will be able to figure out the solution, and then when you figure out the solution and you want to fix it, definitely there is a costing element and other approvals are needed. I don't disagree on that. That is also a challenge. But when you identify the problem perfectly, your job is 90% done. And then if you fix that particular problem, your job is done 99%. And I'm telling you from my experience that the problem doesn't get repeated. So, how do we do that? So that's what we are going to teach in our Certified Facility Management Association course. This is going to be a very detailed module where we need to sit down and then we need to look at how we can help facility managers like you to do audit. You know, it's just not one assert or just not a checklist closure. We help you track, we help you identify the high risk, we help you create preventative schedules based on real data, and most importantly we help you and then we empower you to have vendors who can provide you the quality works, give the systems that is needed for you to track, also to report, and also to escalate whatever is matter. So again, this module is not just about maintenance, it's about building technical resilience, which is not easy, but don't worry about it. Be with us. We'll be able to make it happen for you, right? So again, a challenge for the technical facility manager or a facility management leader. Okay, next time when a complaint comes in, just don't ask what happened. Don't ever ask what happened. You ask, why did it happen? Has it happened before? What was done the last time? Why there was this not notified before? True leadership isn't about reacting fast, it's about preventing the next one. So you have to ask all of these questions again. Why did it happen, rather than just asking them what happened? Did the same issue happen before? What was been done last time? Why is getting repeated? So you have to ask only the questions as a leader to understand and narrow down the problem. So look at, your vendors are not paid for just showing up. They are being paid up for solving the problem. And moreover, most of the times the vendors have been selected by you. So your reputation is also at stake. So please look into it. So when we look at the future of technical facility head, is not about chasing compliance. It's about making sure there is no repetition of the compliance. So you move from your daily stress to a monthly insight. So you're not going to look at what broke today. You will be looking at what might break the next month. You will have such kind of a data. You will become very smart. Okay. It is always not about fewer breakdowns. The breakdowns are going to be there. The breakdowns are going to come. But please don't accept the repetitive compliance or the breakdowns happening from the same issue which you have already fixed. There could be quality issue, there could be systemic issue, there could be process issue, there could be spares issue, there could be any kind of an issue that can cause something else to repeat. please ensure that you take the accountability, the ownership to get things fixed permanently. Okay, so with that, if you have stayed with me till now, that means you care for us. Okay, so thank you very much. So be with us, uh, and then we will try to build your confidence. We'll try to provide you more clarity, and then we'll try to make you become a better facility leader. Please always remember this: you're not there in any place as a facility manager or a leader to manage compliance. You're managing systems, and the systems is what you're going to take care, and the rest of the things will be taken care by the processes and the things that you're putting in place. So until I see you in the next episode, keep learning, keep supporting us. If you are interested, please join our learning community where there are a lot of technical exchanges happens through quizzes, flashcards, and everything. We are trying to get in touch with very good facility companies as well. Wherever we find you, really a great leader, we would try to put you there. We will try to refer you there, so you go back and prove your knowledge, and then manage the systems there, and then you become the better person as you go. So until the next time, thank you very much. Thank you very much for staying with us.